There comes a moment in every divorced dad's life when you realize there's no way out. Not a hostage situation, more like an emotional escape room where the only clue says, "Have you tried being the bigger person?" Yeah, I'm the equivalent of the size of Texas at this point. Yeehaw! Turns out the bigger person does the emotional labor. And the dishes. Welcome back to Dinner with Dads, the only cooking show where the recipes are easier than the conversations, but somehow messier. Today, we're making something different. Not because I have to, but because I've reached the final stage of divorce. Acceptance. Not necessarily forgiveness, not necessarily friendship. Just, I would like less conflict than this. So today, I'm cooking my kids and my ex-wife one of her favorite dishes. Growth, but awkward. Nobody tells you this about co-parenting. You don't need closure. You need peace. There is no finish line. No rematch, unless you're glutton for punishment. No moment where everyone agrees, you were right. There's just drop-offs, school emails, and texts that start with, hey, the scariest word in the English language. Eventually, you stop asking, how do I win? And you start asking, how do I make this survivable? Homemade chili is one of her favorite dishes. I know this because I've made it 100 times. And I've messed it up 99 times. Character growth. I used to cook this out of obligation. Tonight, I'm cooking it as a peace offering. Not because she deserves it, not because I'm a saint, but because our kids deserve parents who don't treat every handoff
like a Cold War prisoner exchange.
Heat the olive oil in a large Dutch oven or other heavy pot over medium-high heat. Add the onion and cook 2 minutes until the onions start to soften. Then add the ground beef and cook it until it's crumbled and browned, about 3 to 5 minutes. If you have excess grease, drain it off. I leave my minimal grease in, so that way it adds to the flavor. Add the garlic and cook it for about 30 seconds while stirring. Then add the chili powder, cumin, brown sugar, oregano, salt, pepper, and tomato paste. Stir to combine. Add the broth and stir, scraping up any bits from the bottom of the pot. Stir in the crushed or diced tomatoes and beans. Now bring it to a boil and reduce the heat to low and cook at a low simmer for 1 to 2 hours. The longer it cooks, the better it tastes. Stir it occasionally. Cover the chili for the first part of the cook time and then uncover during the last 30 minutes as needed to thicken the chili.
At some point you realize this isn't about your ex, it's about your kids. Not growing up thinking love sounds like passive-aggressive silence. Peace isn't pretending nothing happened. Peace is saying it happened and we're still moving forward. Even if moving forward looks like a pile of sludge in a bowl. Boundaries. There it is, her favorite dish. Cooked right, seasoned properly. If you're a divorced dad watching this thinking, I could never do that, that's okay. Sometimes the bravest thing you can say isn't, I'm right. It's, dinner's ready. And so is therapy.
Dinner with Dads!